you all doing? This is NKD Smart View. So right about today, we'll be going on to today's gameplay, and for today's gameplay we'll be making use of the Rainbow 2 Plus on the color red. So Rainbow 2 Plus color red, starting from what? ID 67. So get set as we proceed into today's session. Now today is actually the day 4 of the 100 days of 4-9JA uploads, as I stated a few days back. So for 100 days I'll be uploading about 4-9JA every single day. So today is making it what? The day 4. Now going on to that, on the day 1 majorly I spilled out so many informations. On day 2 I gave out information, and every single day following up with these 100 days of upload, you should be able to learn a thing or two. So you understand what I'm saying? So following up with every single day, it will be what? Containing the packages of or let's say gameplays of the winning color, the BET9JA, and also what? The Rainbow 2 Plus. So those will be what I'll be covering on. So as I stated right now, we'll be going on with what? The Red 2 Plus. I won't explain why I'm going on the Red 2 Plus, but you will see the steps taken and you understand it, and the results at the end of the day would speak for it. You understand the results. As I've always stated, I don't come online to perform magic as some would do, coming online to show you how they flip the 1,000 naira to 1 million naira within 5 minutes. They'll be going full margin into a position. You see an account with 100,000, you use the entire 100,000 to play 3 plus. You know, all those kind of I call it magic, abracadabra, and so on. So you understand, I go with steps. I make my videos lengthy. Within the lengthy videos, you will see information, you will see value. So you get what I'm actually going at. So in that sense, now let's get on. As I stated, from ID 67, we'll be going on with what? The Red 2 Plus. And this came after confirmation. I will tip in 1 or 2 things, which at the end of the day, you get to understand at least why I did so. But to comprehend the entire system, the NKD Smart View community has what? The VIP section, and also what? The mentorship classes. Here, I get to explain all that about you. I did a video some time ago, which I explained what is the benefit of the VIP and also what is the benefit of the mentorship classes. So to get more insight, join in on the VIP, or you further it by going on to the mentorship to get what? The complete package of what 4-9JA is all about. So starting from ID 67, let's see where we'll be in the short term and in the long term, going on what? Red 2 Plus. So as I stated, Red 2 Plus. At the beginning of this video, I stated what? Red 2 Plus. Now first things first, let's get on. Looking at the 24 hours, I had my reasons why I went with what? The color red right about here. Confirmation came in what? With 100 draws. When I started up this video, red was on 16. I've always mentioned something, which is what? The lower band, the higher band. And another thing I also stated is the fact that analysis is the key to 4-9JA. That's one thing I will tell you. If till date you are not on analysis of 4-9JA, you are wasting your time. Don't allow anyone to actually deceive you. After getting the insights since middle of last year, I can never do anything contrary to what? To statistics. That is the reality. I cannot do anything contrary to statistics. The insight of 4-9JA is 100% based on statistics. Statistics is much more like the master key. It tells you do this. If you see this, you do this. Imagine when you have a setting whereby everyone makes use of their brain. Your brain tells you the fact that if you see fire at the front, you what? Use the back. If you see fire at the back, you use the front. So that is what statistics is actually what gets to cover up for you. You make sure that what? You follow the system according to how it is actually what? Playing in. So that's just it. So as I stated at the beginning of this video, we are going in with what? The Rainbow 2 Plus on the color red, starting from ID what? 67. And in a few minutes we will what? See how much that what the system played out. You understand me? I don't perform magic, but one thing I'm certain, number one, is I'm the number one analyst of 4-9JA as long as YouTube is concerned. The most longest running. When it comes to the knowledge of the field, I also know that what? I'm the number one in the system. So most definitely I'm not in competition with anybody. So it's a thing of come on, make the gameplays, you see the result. I will give you a lengthy gameplay. Most people come on, they make videos of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, telling you of one or two tricks and this. I come online, I do a steps-to-step process. You see every single thing. So let's refresh now and let's see what's actually going on here. So we started from ID 67. So from ID 67, right about what here, we started up with 2 plus red. Now let's refresh and see what has happened since we started up this video. So we started up at ID 67. Now the first thing I did while I came inside was to first of all check out the 24 hours, you understand. So I first of all checked out the 24 hours, checked out the 100 draws. After the confirmation, I then went in on the last 10 draws. So following up with that, now we started at ID 67 here. So ID 67 got failed this, got this, got this, got this, got this, got this, got this. So currently out of we have 1 2 3 4, there's 8 right here, and what we have ourselves on a 7 out of 8. So that's it now. It's 7 out of 8 currently. Okay, so getting this now, you can see from 67 all the way to 75, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and out of the 9, only this what went on an X. The rest are okay. Only ID 67 was what taken out. So only ID 67. From ID what 68 you got, okay, sorry, ID 68, rather ID 68. All right, it was ID 68. So 68 off 67, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, and 175. So out of all these 2 4 6 8 9, we have what 8 out of 9 so far, and it's just the beginning. The statistics here now is about to do what? You can see there's a flip about to go in between blue and what? Green. Okay, you can see. And one thing I've always stated is that during period of flips, a period to take a halt. Now the halt does not mean that the color red would start doing poorly. It only means that for the short term, the system can start what? Getting a little bit of setback. What this means is the fact that blue can win here. Next thing you see green win the next thing you see red. So most of the time during period whereby there's about to be a flip like this, like currently now, green should be on 23. If we refresh, blue on 25, something like that. So let's check that out. So as I stated, after refreshing, this is now what 23. This remained constant. This is on what 25. The next thing you might see might be green or red will win. You understand that kind of thing? So okay, we have what still the same blue winning, but our 2 plus on red came outside. So at the point of losing this ID what 76, you recovered on ID 77. Get this, the only ID we've lost so far now is ID 68 and ID what 76. So 68, 76, all the way from ID 67, and this is ID what 77. So out of 11 draws, we've won 9 out of 11. And one thing that you should note is the fact that I also stated at the earlier periods of the 100 days of gameplay, that should be on the first or second day, that when you're going on with the statistics, if you are able to start up quite early, you can have yourself a lengthy gameplay. I also explained the length, the kind of length I'm talking about. So a lengthy gameplay if you start up early. But according to statistics, I stated today that the best gameplay to go on is what? The red 2 plus, and you can see what has actually happened here. Only ID 68 and ID 76 here did we not get 2 plus red. All has been red. Now let's imagine if we have been on color blue. Blue failed here, 1 here, 1 here, failed here, 1 here, failed here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So out of 10 you have what? Out of 10 you have 7. Then following up on the green here, you had 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So also is 7 right here. So yeah, this came through. So 1 2 failed, 3 4 5 failed, 6 failed, and what is 7. So this is a current draw. Now we have this completed. This is on 79. So completed this, completed this, completed this, failed on this, completed, 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 and what also completed this. So ID 68 and 76 only, all the way from what 67 to what 80. That's 13. So you have what 11 out of 13, okay, 11 out of 14 so far. So 11 out of 14 so far. So continuing to that now, let's check out. So okay, we have this here, no flips yet, and okay, this is a confirmed flip here, 24 to 24 right here. We have this currently on 26 and this on 23. So 23, 26, this minus 1, this plus 2 right here. So minus 1 here, plus 2 right here, minus 1 right here also. And in that sense, we can see that this won out, this lost out. But one thing is the fact that you might not see 100% what 2+ returns on the color red, but one major thing will make use of the martingale. You should understand what the martingale entails. You should know what is the use, and following up with that, you have a very limited slot of 3 times or 4 times martingale. But one major thing is that choosing out the right color at the right time, you would not, or you might not, win 10 over 10 in every 10s. There will be some 10 over 10 that you win 10 over 10 in this red 2+. Some you get it like 8, like, you understand, like 7 and so. Now look at this, we've gotten our recovery now with 1, 2 and 3 reds. So that is it there on 24 hours. Okay, on the 100 draws, let's speak about that rather. You now have this one from 24 to 23 now, that's minus 1. Then this from 25, okay, 24, you have this on what, 25, so this is +1. So +1 minus 1, this dropped as low as 18 and is currently on 19. So you have it what, stagnant, if I would say. It has not moved so far on the longer time. So looking in at this, you should move on to the 100 draws now. Checking this out, okay, you have a 23, you have a 19, you have a 25. So 23, 19 and what, a 25. Okay, we have another phase now to go in now for a recovery right here. So another one down, so another one down right about here. Let's check out on that. So continue on this, that's just it. So currently now we started at ID 67, we're at ID 83. That was a total of 16 and only what, 2 down. So 14 out of what, 16 so far. That's the best option if you will look at from the aspect of what, the blue to the green to the red, the best so far. Now the major thing is you would not get 100 over 100. As I stated, 70 over 100 is okay, 7 out of 10 draws is okay. Where there is a problem is when you start getting less than 7 out of 10, then you know that what, there is absolutely a problem. So let's go onto that now. Check out the 100. So this is down by -2, this is up by 2, and this is what, rather still stagnant right here. So we wait out now. We have this x here, so a 2 out of 4 on the martingale, a 2 out of 4. Continuation then becomes an issue, but in the case of what, a recovery, then you have what, settled that out. Only a continuation whereby what, you have 1, 2 and more, then you now start talking about a problem. But one major thing is the fact that using the statistics with a martingale of 4 on the rainbow 2+, you are secured. I'm expecting the 2+ on red right here, so don't even go more than this. So we have 1, 2, 3, so that's 3 right here. So in this case, x here, and what, confirm there. So ID 67, ID 85 is a total of what, 18, okay, 19. So 19, you have what, 15. So 15 out of what, 19. So only -4, only 4 has actually what, gone in on an error. And one major thing is that when you check out the last 10, you have 1 lost, 1 won, 1 lost, 1 lost, and what, 1. So 2, 3, 4. This has been a what, bad event when you compared it to what happened between ID what, 68 to ID what, 74 that went below. So 68 to what, 74. This is actually what, a bad option. But one major thing is the fact you can check the next 10, which is what, all the way from ID 85 to 94, and you can see 7 over 10, 8 over 10. It's all about what, confirmation. But one major thing is the fact that out of this option, and this option, these options for the longer term remains the best. You might actually decide to go on green now. You check out in the next 10 draws, you will see a period whereby green lost 3 times or 4 times in a row. The same thing on the color blue did the same. But red will never, according to statistics, fail more than once, 2 times, and you are in for a recovery. So currently now we had what? Red appeared 1. This is ID 85. Nothing can make it go beyond 86, 87. 88 is even too far. 86, 87, you must see 2 plus on the red. So with all assurance. So that's it now. So it did not see that we have what? On ID 87, 2 plus red. And it continues like this. As I stated, according to my records, I've gone on the rainbow 2 plus 54 draws. A total of what? 54 draws playing a single color. 54 draws. That is like from ID 67 we started. You played out to, let's say ID what? 467. You played out to ID 520 or so. That's in reference to what is currently on screen. So up to 50 something draws playing, let's say in this case, the color 2 plus red. So imagine how long it was, and it had a win rate of up to 85%. So you're talking about out of 54, like up to 42, 43 that day was actually what? On the color red. So as I stated, ID 78 to ID 85 wasn't the best, but ID 86 has done well, ID 87 has done well. Can you see what's happening currently? And following up with that, as I stated, very simple. You see this color is the best. Before you know, red should be flipping green or thereabout. Once it flips green, let's say it flips at 22, 22, next thing you see 21, 23. Have you seen this occurrence? Once you see some trading like this might become what? 22. This drops, this increases, this goes 22. The next thing, this drops 21. This goes up 23. And before you know, it has flipped once again. And during the period of flip, you might see it what? Fumbling. So that's one thing to what? Watch out for. So we have ourselves now what? Another 2 plus on the color red. So the best option so far is what? The color red. Now let's look at the other options. Green, failed here, 1 year, failed here, 1 year, failed here, 1 year, 1 year, failed here, 1 year. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. About the blue, 1 here, 1 year, 1 here, 1 year, 1 year, failed here, 1 here, 1 year, 1 year, failed here. So 8 out of 10. Then red, 1 year, lost here, 1 year, lost here, lost here, 1, lost, 1, 1, 1. So 6 out of 10. So green currently is actually what? The most underperforming. But in a phase whereby we get ourselves what? This flip, as I stated, then expect this to start doing well. You might see 8, 9, or 10 out of 10. So that's it. But still, on the long term or the long run, since this video began, you have what? This red right here doing the best. So that's it. So still here doing what? Okay. So let's check this out. It's still what? The best option to go on. Statistics is rather, if I would say, boring, in the sense that once you get your setup, you just follow it up. No need of changing anything. You don't need to change anything. Once you come on, statistics say do this, you just keep on following it up until the same statistics will tell you, okay, it's time to drop it. Then you call it a day. Else you keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So as much as a long period it will take, I will just be on this red 2 plus. So you can see what happened right here. Still the same red 2 plus. So let's refresh now. This still on 22, so dropped. This on 25 also dropped by 1. This has gone up by 1. So that is it. Continuation like that. Before you know, red becomes the same number. Could be 22, 22, or 21, 21 shortly, and the next thing you see red go higher. So all the way from 24 to 18 as of the time I started this video, then 24, 19. Now you can see this has dropped to 22. This has gone up, and before you know, once we get red win again, it's going higher and it flips so you can see what has happened. Now it has increased, so we should have a 21, 21 after refreshing. So we have ourselves now, the same is at equilibrium right now. So 21, 21. The next place you see yourself is at what? Whenever there's a flip like this, red might not win now, or it will win exceedingly well. So it's a thing of dominance, or it fails dominance. So I'm always very cautious in periods like this. But one major thing is the fact that I know based on the 24 hours and currently on the last 10 draws, red is still a good option. There is a particular number, you understand me, that this will be flipping at. Then I'll be cautious to stop this red 2+. But at this stage, it is still what? It is still very, very eligible. So once the flip occurs, we might see red not win now, or it might win massively. We continue. So you can see what I spoke about now. The red did not give us a 2+. This is what flips does. During period of flips, you just what? You halt. During period of flips, you what? You just get to what? Halt. But on the longer term, it's still what? A good play. What happened there is a draw. So we might just see this move to 34. Then one of these will drop. So 21, 21, 25. Let's see what happened there. So 34, 21. Then this dropped. Then this remained 25. So this increased as a draw, and this dropped on the red. That means the flip was not secured. Seeing red losing once again might drop it to 19. Then you see what? A 22, or you see a 26 right about here, and it's not good. But if you still see a draw, it's still a good sign. All right, so let's see if the blue went over to 26 and what happened following that. So very good, no movement. That is very good. As no movement occurred in the system, it means that what? This is still unbalanced. But if this had increased, now the reason why you saw this win, and rather than going from 25 to 26, is because we have what we call the 100 draws, and this is the 100 draw statistics. It goes from 1 to 100. I explained this to those on the under my guidance here. So this is 1, and this is what? 100. For a color like in this case blue to actually win here, that means on draw 101, which is the current draw that just dropped, blue won. So even as he dropped on blue, as he won at the top now, what happened was simple. This cancelled out this. So very simple. This at the top, the most current draw, cancelled the one that left. The previous 100 draws that became 101 draw, it dropped it down. So it now what? Cancel this, this cancel this. Then it remains stagnant despite the fact that blue won. So it means that the 100th draw was blue that won, as the first draw now, which was the previous draw that left here, blue still won. Blue dropped down while another blue took over. So consistent, no movement. So let's get on now to see what has happened in the last 10 draws. As I stated, let's see what happens from 85. Lost 1 1 1 1 1 1, lost 1 1. So 8 out of 10 so far. 8 out of 10. So continuing this, we still have ourselves what? A 3+. So a good one. Let's see what is happening on statistics right now. So 20 here, 19 here. So much on draws. And whenever draws is coming out, it just shows. Draws, in summary, represent a period whereby there want to be a change in power. Whenever you see many draws, let's say out of 10 occurrences, you understand, like out of 10, draw wins like 5, majorly on a row. That means a major change is about to happen, and it's much more like it's trying to centralize the current occurrence so that the power can change. It means that, in summary, what I'm just trying to say is the fact that whenever a major occurrence wants to happen, it will first of all give opportunity for every color to shine. All of them will shine in simple form. All of them will shine. Then what wants to happen will happen. In some cases, I call it the period of equalizing. So there's always that equalizing before you then get that major move. So this is it once again. You can see another draw here. 2 green, 2 blue, 2 red. So anybody that has been on green now, you understand? Anybody that has been on green, won this, lost this, lost this, lost this, and what? Won this. You can see what's happening here. 3 stages. Green is fading. The same green that what I told you is likely to drop out soon is fading. So this is much more like a signal that it's losing what is power. Despite the fact that currently you can see red here is still below green, but green is fading. While if you've been on red 2+, 1 1 1 1, lost this. So you get the entirety. Now once again another draw. 2 green, 2 blue, 2 red. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whenever you see such an occurrence whereby so much draw, it is much more like the period of equalizing before what? A big move. So here you have what? A draw. Here you have another draw. Here you have another draw. 3 red, 3 blue. Here you have another red, 3 red, and 3 blue. Another draw. Here you have what? A blue here. Here you had what? Another draw. 3 green, 3 blue. You get what's happening here. So out of the last 6 here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draws. Draws is increasing in what? In percentage. It has actually gone all the way from 34 to 37. These two now are of same value. Another draw once again. So you get what I'm saying. Whenever there's so much draws and draws and draws, that means a change is about to come. So expect that. So following up with that, now we have ourselves what? This. In summary, out of since ID 67 to ID 99, which is what? A total of 33 games. We've seen 2 plus red not appear like 6 or 7 times. In total, 6 or 7 times out of what? 33. I believe like 7 times. So 26 out of what? 33. So you understand. But in summary, we've only gotten a period just once whereby red skipped 2 draws. Red did not win 2 times. So that's just it there. Now we have ourselves what? Blue winning. And it does not affect the statistics. As you can see, this is on what? 25. This has actually what? So much draws, 38. Okay, this stagnant, this -1. But we still continue on what? On the color red 2 plus. So still on the color red what? 2 plus. Alright. Now 100%, as I always stated, is not the case. Is not always the case. But the chances of you what? Getting a good gameplay is what we're talking about. And with the color red, it's just it. Let's check out the 24 hours. Okay. Now according to the 24 hours, okay, no chance for a flip. Red has recovered now. So we have ourselves now another draw. So another draw right now. Checking out. Okay, stagnant. So this didn't move. So a draw went down from ID 100 all the way, or the 100th draw. As you know, we're making use of what? 100 draw statistics. So I draw 1, which is this current draw 2, all the way to draw 100. So the previous draw 100 now should have been likely carrying a draw. Then the current draw 2 was the draw that just what left. Then this is what? Draw 1, which actually dropped to draw 100. So the previous draw 100 is now draw 101, making the new one draw 1. So a draw dropped for another draw to what? Enter. So that's it. Now we had what? So it should be 1919. So 1919 37. This -1 stagnant, +1 stagnant. So at the end of the day, at a point you will still see this flip this. So once it flips that, that's where the real game begins. Then you can start seeing a 10/10 on red, 9/10 on red, 8/10 is what? Quite decent, but 8 to 10/10 following what? The flip, a confirmed flip. So that's it. This video has actually gone on for almost 30 minutes. I can still keep on going. As I told you guys, I'm not on BET9JA to perform magic. I don't perform magic. I come on, I spit facts, I give you insights, and I leave. I might not really get to start performing magic of showing you how to go from 1,000 naira to, as I stated, 1,000,000 naira by gambling, not by staking. No, it's much more of a psychology of this is how to go about this. All right, so let's get on. 100 draws, 19. This dropped, and this what went up, and okay, yeah, we have ourselves another draw. So what happened now is quite simple. A draw came in. This went +1, stagnant, -1, and what? Stagnant. Now, as I stated, there's draw 1, there's draw 100. Now a draw just entered now, which is the current what? Draw 1. That means draw 100 for the fact that red fell down by 1. That means the draw 100 that has now become the draw 101, red 1. That's why when a draw came in and increased, red what? Decreased. So quite simple. So another draw now. Let's see who is decreasing. So 19, 18, 25. Learn this now. 19, 18, 25. This went up by 1. This fell by 1. That means the previous draw 100, draw 101, draw 1, draw 2. So draw 2 now, draw 1, making this 38. Red actually fell to draw 102 currently. So that was a red that won. Now once again, draw 1, this current draw, the current draw 100 here now fell to draw 101. It means that red also won there. So that is the reason why draw is increasing, red is decreasing. That means at the below time, red was actually doing very, very well. So the fact it's not doing well now, it's not able to live up to expectation, is the reason why it's falling. So let's get that settled. We have another draw. So a very big change. This also now dropped. Alright, so another draw. Let's get that reloaded. So 40, as I stated, higher band is between what? 35 to 42. This is the reason why some people ask me the question, oh, on the winning color, yeah, why don't we just what? Make use of a single color, either what? The color green, blue, or red, or so, to actually what? Make a winning strategy. I will always tell them the fact that you cannot do it by one color, because of the presence of what? A no winning color. That is actually not what? Possible. Now you can see another draw right here. So this is what? Another draw. But despite this draw here, you can see that what? The system did not actually get to move. So sorry for the entire noise. I'm actually not in a private space now, and the entire noise is actually coming up. So let's get this set up here. Let's get this set up here. So having to do a video every single day, I might not be at the most convenient of spaces, but I just have to get it done. It's something I've settled up for. So let's get this done. All right, that's it. Let's go through. So we have ourselves. I want this draw to get out, then we can speak further. So we have ourselves now what? Statistics. Red, okay. So red 17, this has dropped by 1, this has increased, and this is stagnant. So right now we're actually going through the entire phase of the lower band, higher band on red. But so far, the last 10 draws, what do we've not actually seen red give us that no flips. We've actually not seen red give us that power, the momentum we are looking for. But it's still actually doing well for now. But dropping, green is much more dominant. In fact, if you look at the screen overall, we have green doing well, but red is still what? Trying its best. The only period now that you start what? Having a double mindset is if you then see a draw, 2 draw, 3 draws, much more of green and less of red, then you start what? Being conscious of the market. Let's see the 24 hours. Nothing much to be afraid of for now on the aspect of green. On the 100 draws, green is actually what? Doing well. Red is still failing what? To flip it out. Then we have what? This drop by -1. This has been stagnant for the past few minutes. So let's get this going on. This video can keep on going on and on. As I stated, I've had the record of 54 draws playing a single color. Record of 54, and so far we're just at 30 something draws, right? From 67 to 08 is around so 41, around 41 games. So we still have ourselves what now? A red absent. So you can see what's happening here. We had ourselves what? Red absent, red present, red absent, red present, red absent, green doing much of the dominance. Now this is because we had what? A period whereby this was 19, this was 19, expecting red to flip. Red failed to flip, rather it was flipped. Now on the short term, red is not doing well, and in the case of a recovery, as I told you a few minutes back now, that depends on how the next 3 draw goes. I will know if I will remove red or not. So this period now is a period whereby it's time to what? Say goodbye. Now, as I told you, statistics, most of the things I'll be saying here will look quite not so much understandable. That's why you need what? Insight of statistics. You might try to learn it. I might do a video for 100 days. Trust me, you might not learn it. Even if you do, there are some mistakes you will make that will still cost you a loss. That's the truth. It took me 3 months to learn statistics, despite years of experience. 3 months. I don't just play for BET9JA to make money. I play for BET9JA what? To learn the system. It's much more like a school to me. So it's not all about playing to make money. Sometimes I take out days to study and get much more knowledge of the system. So you understand. So right now we got red winning. It's much more like time to watch out. If I'm live now, at this point I will stop staking. You can see we have 19 here, 18 here. All I'll do is to stop staking now, wait for red to successfully flip green. Now it should be 1919. It's still a 1918. It means that one red came in now and eliminated one red at the bottom. That's the reason why it didn't move. I'll wait for it to what? Possibly do 1820 or a confirm flip, because the presence of what? Green here now, most of the time is what? The rise before the fall. I spoke about the rise before the fall in my very first video. That was on the 20th, I believe, the 20th of this September, the very first video I uploaded. I spoke about the rise before the fall, and it happened. So green now getting all this dominance around there was much more like a short-term momentum, and that's it. He's lost it because in the last two draws you cannot see any single win on green. Now you can see that, as I stated, at this point here is the period I want to leave. After this recovery here, I want to leave, because for this entire period here you can see that red was performing poorly. So he's losing dominance overall, though he's appearing, yes, but losing dominance. There was a surge here, but he did not retain it at this given stage now. So he could not retain it here. So at this point I was already out. What I'm waiting for now is what? The flip here confirmed. Once I see the flip here, I then go over to 24 hours also to confirm if there is no issue on the 24 hours. Then once I see that, I come over to the last 10 draws for the final verification to know if I will continue or if I will change to blue or to green. So that's just it, and that's where I will actually be ending today's video.